Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this Monday evening live session where we are going to discuss case studies. Good evening, Tarunji. Nice to see you and all the members. First of all, let's complete our ritual. All right. Let's welcome the new members. Team, let's anybody the new in the team right now in the room right now attending the session first time, just type me in the chat box. Okay, Mr. Padmanabhan is there. Who else? Okay, Mr. Tushar is there. Just type me in the chat box if you're attending the session first time. First of all, we will welcome you all. Okay, welcome new members. Okay, Jinagna is also there. Fantastic. So welcome new members in the room. Everybody please type welcome in the chat. Welcome. Let's give them the warm welcome and let their journey of excellence start with a bang. Amazing. Actually, earlier we used to have very good rituals of announcing. We should actually start that process once again, I believe, which is we used to announce the names of the participants who have completed, in that week, who have completed green belt, black belt, okay. And somehow in the middle, we lost the track of that. The reason could be nowadays there are a lot of people who are completing in a week. So that might be the reason. But anyways, second process I would like to start is, during the live session, we would spend 5 minutes on the success stories. Okay, now success stories could be your success in interview, you have cracked an interview, you have completed a project successfully, or you have implemented some tool in your process and that got that would be a great motivation to. So let's do one thing. Today we start the session. We have already welcomed this, so we have following this ritual very rigorously. But now these two rituals, which is announcing the names of the successful participant of that week. So I would request my team to give the list from the next time, and then we'll announce the names. Secondly, any success stories you have, you can share in the live session, and I will announce it. So please, members, please remind me as well from the next time to announcement of the success stories. Okay, let me share my screen. I would start the case study of fertilizer, which you guys have seen in the live session of Yellow Belt as well. But I would like to just specifically mention some of the important points here. Okay. Yes, I believe everybody remember this case study. Just give me yes, no in the chat box. This case study, which we show in the final 15 minutes of Yellow Belt, it's a pre-recorded. So let me just take you through and share some of the insights about this very important case study. Then if time permits, I think we can cover two case studies today. Okay, we'll cover, this is the process, which is manufacturing case study. Then I will cover a service case study as well. Okay, insurance company case study will cover. Fantastic. Chalo, if time permits, so let's see how it goes. So there is a very big client of ours into chemical and fertilizer industry where so we were doing a project, multiple projects. So when we say we do a project, within that project, so for us, that client is a project, and within that client, we run multiple projects. Now, how many projects do we run? Generally 4 to 5 projects in a batch. Okay, so for the new members, just for your information, one batch consists of average 20 people. Average I'm talking about. Sometimes it goes to 15 to 25. So I'm taking average, and among those 20 people, we run 4 to 5 projects. This is the ideal situation, ideal way of doing implementation of any batch. When we say a batch consists of these many people, and the total duration to complete this exercise, including the training as well as the project handholding, is approximately 3 to 4 months. Everybody clear? So when we do a consulting assignment to the client, to the company, to the big companies, okay, Generally, we take one batch of 20 people, give them the training, give them the 4 to 5 projects. So we divide that 20 people into 4 to 5 groups of 4 to 5 people each, and then we handhold them, we help them to implement. And this is one of the project. Now we follow a very unique mechanism or unique methodology, which is originated in GE, General Electric. Now, after Motorola, where Six Sigma was originated, General Electric was one of the organization. Now understand this very important insight I'm sharing. Motorola, where the Six Sigma got originated. Okay, so Genesis in Motorola, but Motorola started in their only production system. Okay, when Jack Welch was leading GE, General Electric, Jack Welch see the power of the methodology, and he declared that within next 5 years, okay, all our processes, including production, supply chain, quality, HR, admin, marketing, sales, everything, they want to implement Lean Six Sigma across all these. Then it was not Lean Six Sigma kind of thing, it was Six Sigma basically. Okay, so they wanted to implement this DMAC methodology, the Six Sigma methodology across all the processes. Okay, and what after a lot of deliberation, they formalized a project, a handholding or a coaching consulting model, and that exact model we are following, which has given amazing result for so many years. Okay, so whatever model we are following is basically a General Electric model. Obviously, in our methodology, in our black belt, master black belt, you will understand that model thoroughly. Okay, in our consulting business launch program also, we ask our participant to follow that model only. Okay, so through that model we have done this. Now that model is called as a partnership model. So we become partners. Okay, let me just take you through before I go to this. Let me open my whiteboard, and that model we call, that model is a combination of, maybe you can make a note of this, domain and DMAC. DMAC is nothing but Six Sigma, we all know, Lean Six Sigma methodology. A framework is called DMAC. And what is domain? Domain is nothing but the knowledge of that particular industry, that process knowledge, that domain specific knowledge we are talking about here. For example, if we are doing a project in a BPO, so that business process outsource, that process knowledge is called a domain knowledge. If you are doing a project in a bank, that banking process knowledge is a domain knowledge. Now, because we are Lean Six Sigma trainer and consultants, we go to literally any industry and implement this. So that's what you would have seen, the diversified group of clientele we have, right from the stock exchanges till pharmaceutical companies and oil and gas and communication, telecom companies, and you have steel companies. So it's a diversified. So do we have all the domain knowledge? It is humanly impossible to get all the industry's knowledge with us. And that's where, and it is not possible, right? So for a consultant to become expert in all the industries, so that's where this partnership model of domain and DMAC comes handy to us. So in this, what happens is we give training of DMAC to them, and in return, they give us necessary information to run the project. Understand this? So that means when we make 20 people, they are already aware about their processes. They are already kind of domain experts, right? So whatever domain knowledge is required, they already have it. They don't know how to solve the recurring problem, what they are facing. They are solving the problem, that problem is coming back again. So they don't know how to deal with that. And we know that solution, which is the DMAC framework. So we teach them how to solve the problem, and they teach us the basic necessity things which are required to run the project. Are you clear this partnership model of domain and DMAC? Just give me a quick yes in the chat box. Just give me a quick yes. Clear? So that means you can absolutely literally go to any process and implement the same methodology, you will get the same result. Are you understanding? So you don't have to. So remove that blockage from your mind that do I have to be domain expert to solve the problem? The answer is absolutely no. And I will prove that with this couple of methodologies, okay? Very good. So let me now my sharing my screen with that. Now I'll just go through it. Now the objective of this session is not to go to each and every tool and explain. Okay, I will just touch upon the tools. I will just explain what is the objective of the tool. Okay, we will not go deeper into the tool because it will take a lot of time then. Okay, now in this particular case study, the project was specific steam consumption in turbo generator. Okay, reduction in specific steam consumption in turbo generator. Now, as if you remember in our this one during our recording of when we play this recording of this, so I asked this question that how many of you understand this language, reduction in specific steam consumption. I asked the question once again, how many of you have understood this statement, reduction in specific steam consumption in consumption in TG, not even turbo generator? You don't know what is TG. How many of you have understood this? Just type me in the chat box. If you have not understood, just type no in the chat box. N-O, no. Very good. Super. So, yeah, most of us haven't understood this. Yeah, it's quite technical, right? So if you're not technical, if you're not from engineering background, etc., it's very difficult. Even for engineers also, it's very difficult. Okay, now because it's a very specific related to that industry. Okay, now, so the first thing what we do now, imagine if you go to any industry, I say confidently, you can go to any industry and solve the problem. But now the basic we have to understand, what is this problem all about? So what is required is our basic common senses. Okay, our general knowledge should be used here. So the very first thing what we do is ask them to map a process map for us or a flow diagram for us. Can you explain the process in a flow diagram, for the layman? And that's what they have done. Okay, that's what they have done. So there is a boiler. Forget about which industry, what is the product they are making. Forget about it. That is not actually required. But at least you should get 50-60% of commonsensical, logical knowledge that is good enough for us to drive the project. Okay, now what we have done here, we ask them to show us the flow diagram of the process. That's it. Okay, and ask them very basic questions. So look at this. There is a boiler you can see. Now common sense says boiler boils the water. Boiler, the name itself states it boils the water. Why it boils the water? To generate the steam. Understand this, to generate the steam. Now why the steam is required? It drives the turbine. What is turbine? Now in our school days we have learnt all these things, what is turbine, etc. Okay, there are various types of turbines. There are hydro turbines, there are steam turbines, there are wind turbines, right? That windmill is called wind turbine. Hydro turbine, nothing but, when we have the dams, big dams. So there is what is turbine? A common sense, turbine is a fan coupled with a generator. That means, let's say a wind rotates the fan, and that fan, that rotational, that torque is given to the generator, which generates electricity. Very basic thing. The same thing, yes, exactly, mechanical to electrical. Okay, so the wind speed, that wind flow creates that turbulence, that that mechanical torque, and that mechanical torque is given to the generator, which generates the electricity. Okay, here the steam rotates that fan called turbine, and that generates electricity. Clear? So for a layman, boiler boils the water, the steam is generated, steam rotates the turbine, which generates the electricity. So what is TG? Is turbo generator, turbine and generator combination. That's it. You have to know. Are you clear with this? Just give me yes in the chat box. Clear any? So with the steam, you are just rotating the turbine and generating electricity. Understood the basics of it? Attached to light to cycle. Yes, exactly. Yes, Dr. Gupta, absolutely right. So windmill turbines are there, hydro turbines are there, steam generation turbines are there, right? TG. Now, what is the challenge? So we have understood the basic of process does not require engineering degree and IIT and IIMs. Okay, so this is a basic common sense. Now, once we know this, then we go to okay. Now you show the data to us. Okay, once we see the data, what is this graph? Tell me. Type in the chat box. What is this graph? There is a graph of specific steam consumption. What is this graph called as? Type in the chat box if you are aware of it. Yes, very nice. This is called as what? This is a control chart. Actually, it is a control. Why? What is the difference? Now, Girish ji is saying run chart. Okay, this is also a run chart. Yeah, time series plot, which Prabhakar ji is saying, Girish ji is saying, they are also right. But what is the difference between time series plot and run chart? The difference is this. If I only plot the the graph like this is called run chart or a time series plot, which you guys are saying. But along with this, I have got three lines, which is got this one. This is my X bar line, which is average line. This one, there is a red line above, which is called upper control limit. And there is a red line below, which is called as lower control limit. And these three lines, no, this is not upper specification limit, Mr. Acharya. This is upper control limit. There is a difference. Specification limit set by the customer, control limit is set by the process. So this is called as a control chart. In this case, because we wanted the average number, we have chosen control chart. Otherwise, we would have shown the time series chart or run chart, because run chart does not show the average number. Are you clear? Run chart also chalta tha, but because we wanted the average number, which is 4.77, that's why we have chosen control chart. Clear? So first we have understood the process. Second, we have understood the data. And now we have got an average. Everybody with me till now, just give me yes in the chat box. See, new people, don't worry about control limits, etc., etc. This is covered in our green belt level. Don't worry. Just we'll go with the flow. We'll go with the flow. Okay, so 4.77. Then we have made this project charter. I hope everybody knows project charter. Just give me yes in the chat box. Yes. So what is the role of the trainer here? What is the role of the trainer? Role of the trainer is you have to explain them what is problem statement, what is goal statement, what is scope, in scope, out of scope, what is business case, how to set up the goals. For this, you don't know the expertise of that process, right? So the title of the project is nothing but project description, which says to reduce specific steam consumption to turbo generator. Let's try to understand what is exactly this. So they have collected 1 year data. You remember 1 year or whatever, 1 year or 6 months data they have. Let's try to understand what is specific steam consumption. You can see here 4.77 metric ton per megawatt. Now, to generate 1 megawatt electricity, it requires 4.77 tons of metric tons of steam. That's what it's called as specific steam. What is specific steam? To generate 1 megawatt electricity, how much megawatt tons you require as a steam? That's it. So that's a good information for us. So how much steam you require to generate 1 megawatt electricity? That's it. Now, because the steam generation is very costly affair, okay, because running the boiler requires a lot of resources and lot of, fuel, etc. So the cost of making the steam is very high. So they wanted to reduce that cost. That's why they wanted to, improvement into this parameter. So the specific steam consumption, okay, they wanted basically to, here they have 4.77. They wanted to reduce the steam to generate 1 megawatt electricity. So by their calculation, they took a target of 4.65. From 4.77 to 4.65 metric ton, they wanted to reduce. So they were making 1 megawatt electricity in 4.77. Now within less metric ton steam, they wanted to make 1 megawatt electricity. Are you clear? Just give me yes in the chat box. So this was the baseline. 4.77 was the baseline. What is baseline? The average of the data. How have we covered? How have we come to know 4.77? Here you can see 4.77. Can you see? Can you connect the dot now? 4.77 is the average of our data. So from 4.77 they have chosen to 4.65. Now let's go ahead and find out what is the potential saving. If from 4.77 they would come to 4.65, they would have saved 1.46 crore rupees in a year, almost 1.5 crore rupees. Okay, it's a old project, 10-year ago project. So you can see here, even a small fraction of improvement, it is not actually the fraction of improvement, but by numbers it is 0.12 metric ton per megawatt, what you can say, the saving of the steam, but that would have saved 1.5. Okay, now understand this, guys. The inside information let me share. Whenever we are doing the project, whenever we are doing Lean Six Sigma project, select the maximum impact project, maximum financial impact project. Okay, there are projects which are less finance impact project. There are projects which are very high financial impact project. Your objective should be targeting high financial impact project. Why? That will give maximum advantage to the organization, and that will give maximum advantage to you. Ultimately, what matters is money. Okay, our profitability. More financial impact, more saving, more cost of poor quality reduction we can do, our profitability will increase. Even you will get more power during your, yearly, annual appraisals. You can showcase that I have done 3 projects or 2 projects in a year or 4 projects in a year, and through this project we have saved, let's say, 3 crore, 2 crore, 5 crore rupees. Now you have a very good bargaining power in case of, and then what you can do is you can make this documentation without sharing much of the confidential information. Keep documenting these projects personally in your documents. You just have to keep the summaries. Okay, you don't have to steal the confidential data of your organization. Why this is important? Because when you go for the interview outside, you can showcase these projects. These are your achievements. Understand this? Are you clear? So documenting these projects aside is a very, write this down. This is an important insight I'm sharing you. First insight is selection of the projects. Focus on the highest financial impact making project. That's number 1. Second is, while you are doing the project, keep on documenting parallelly, personally on your desktop or laptop. Are you understanding? See, you are documenting in your organization, that is officially, but apart from that, whatever learnings you have, okay, without disclosing confidential information. Are you clear? These 2 strategies, just give me yes in the chat box. These are 2 strategies to fast track your career path. Okay, understand this. Yes. See, people, if you can start documenting this and showcase that during your interviews, that will give them the amazing impression about your your ability to drive the projects. Okay, very good. So now, yeah, somebody asked the question, how did they arrive at 4.65, right? See, while defining the project line, there are subject matter experts, okay? Plus, what you can do is you can check the data as well, and check whatever is the, there is a terminology called, let me explain you, the goal setting mechanism. There is a terminology called, your best performance in those 12 months, okay? And that best performance is called as entitlement, okay? Now, entitlement is your best performance during the baseline period. That can also be considered as, your immediate next target, okay? Or once you select that, then once you achieve that, then you can go for industry benchmarking or global benchmarking. These are various ways you can select. So after lot of deliberation with the team has decided to go for 4.65 metric ton, okay, which was practically possible. If you remember, SMART, specific, measurable, achievable. The goal should be achievable. So according to this, the technical team there, they found that 4.65 can be achieved, okay. Now, then comes the stakeholder analysis. It's an amazing, powerful tool to gauge the engagement level of the people. Okay, again, as I said earlier, we are not going to go deeper into each and every tool today. I just want to give you some very important information about the flow of the project. Okay, so stakeholder analysis, the objective is customer SLA is also a target. Yes, very good. So it depends on project to project. If there is a specific customer SLA and you are not meeting the SLA, that becomes your target, immediate target. Okay, very good. Now, as I said earlier, stakeholder analysis is a tool which gauges the engagement of the stakeholder. Who are stakeholders? Stakeholders are the people who are involved in the project. Okay, these are the people who are getting impacted or impacting the project. So here they have, CMD is there, then executive directors and all the top level management people, operation managers, HODs, project team members, SGP officers and operators. All those, are the stakeholders, and their engagement level. Are they strongly opposing? Are they opposing? Are they neutral? Are they supporting? Or strongly supportive? So majority of them are supportive and strongly supportive. There are very few people, like few HODs had some, they were not engaged fully, so they were kept in the neutral format. Okay, so why are we doing this? Because it's like this, na? It's a team activity, na? Understand this? It's a team activity. Now, whether my team is giving me 100% or not, how do I gauge that? It's very subjective, right? So through their actions, okay, through their actions, are they really coming forward, suggesting the ideas, solutions? Are they attending the meetings regularly? Are they contributing to the cause identifications, root cause identifications, data collection, analysis of the data? So their contribution shows, their action shows whether they are engaged or not. And that's what exactly stakeholder analysis does. If there is engagement is very less, then the project can suffer. You cannot complete the project. Then as a leader of the project, you have to, drive the people more rather than driving the project. So this tool, amazing, fantastic tool called stakeholder analysis, helps us to gauge the engagement level of the people. Okay. Yeah. In case of any, challenge, you can just let me know. Then this is called process capability analysis. Now we are not going into that. This is how they gauge where they are standing. So there are huge process capability misap. It is around 9,98,000 DPMO ka process hai. Okay. Now once that is done, then this is, so what we have done: define phase, project charter, measure phase. We collected the data, collected the average. Then we found out the process capability analysis, etc. And then we came to the fishbone analysis. Okay, analysis phase, which is now understand this. In the live project, Okay, in the live project, uh, there are other tools and other frameworks also we use. Let me quickly digress it for a moment here. Let me stop sharing this and let me take you to um, our green belt LMS system. Now, just because I'm just sharing the screen, all the new members have got the login ID and password, right? Just give me a confirmation yes in the chat quickly. All the new members who have joined yesterday or last week. Yes, you got the login ID. Anybody who has not got the login ID password, okay, you just have to connect with this number. Okay, yes, very good. Now, the first objective is to complete your green belt. So when you come to green belt, now this is very important information I'm sharing. This course number 1 green belt course, if you scroll at the bottom, no, this is the course content. Just scroll down at the bottom. You will find something very interesting called project templates. Understand, this is very interesting. Okay, just watch this 52 seconds video of mine, and there you have define major Excel template. Okay, and there are presentation template. Now try to understand the difference between Excel template and presentation template. Both have been given to you. Now whenever you are doing the project, just download these Excel templates first. These Excel templates are for the project team members during the project workouts. Okay. Now during the project, there will be toll gate reviews or steering committee reviews. These are the reviews by the top management. Okay. And to showcase the top management, we have this presentation. These are the PowerPoint templates. Now these are just what you can say sample PowerPoint templates. You can modify them according to, you can put your company logo, your company, consulting company logo, etc. But your major work happens in the Excel template. Understand this. Now Excel template is much, what you can say, much detailed template than the PowerPoint template, because when we work in the project, we go deeper into the project. But while we present it to the top management, they hardly have, let's say there are 5 projects, there are 10 projects, etc. They hardly will have 5 minutes each per project to review. So we cannot show them each and every tool which we have used in detail. And that is not even required. They will not even understand it. They may not understand what is ANOVA. They may not understand what is p-value. They may not understand what is control limits, specification limits, what is sigma level, etc. Okay, but they will understand what are the causes you guys have chosen, etc. What kind of team formation you have done. So they will review the project, and for reviewing you have the presentation template. Okay, so what I am showing here is a presentation template. Generally, it is 20% of what you have done in the project. It's just a condensed format. It's a highlight format of the project. Are you clear with this? Excel template is a detailed format of working, and presentation template is a shorter format of presentation to the management. Just give me yes if you have understood the difference between these two. Clear? So you only are showing just the highlights of the project. You're not showing. So now in the real fishbone, you would have identified 20-30 causes. But here you may be showing, because of the space, you may be showing very few, very important ones. Okay. Then comes the why analysis. Now similar to why analysis, you would have lot of slides, but you might show only 2 or 3 slides. That's it. This is called why analysis, fishbone why. After that, then comes the cause prioritization matrix. What is cause prioritization? See, we cannot implement solution on all the causes and root causes, so we have to prioritize them. After prioritization, so there is a methodology which is similar to the FMEA methodology. We use the same methodology for cause prioritization, where we give ranking to severity, occurrence, and detection. Of course, I will take a special session on FMEA where we'll go deeper into that. Okay. So once we prioritize the causes, then we find out the solutions. Understand this. Okay. So cause prioritization, of course, there are validations also we do, but again, it's a very short format presentation. Then comes Scamper. Everybody remember Scamper? Just give me yes in the chat box. Substitute, combine, add up, modify. Even the yellow belt people also would remember because we cover this in yellow belt, right? So Scamper is a solution generation tool. Now this project was done very, now there is no AI used here. Understand this, okay? But I want to give you the framework very clearly. Now Scamper generates the idea. Now Scamper can generate a lot of ideas. Okay, now all ideas cannot be implemented. So we have to again prioritize them. So this is a solution prioritization. Similar kind of metrics can be used here. Okay, so highest ranking ideas can be selected for solution implementation. Okay, this is a condensed version of what was the problem, what was the root cause, and what is the solution we are suggesting. This is called as PRS, problem, root cause, solution. Problem, root cause, and solution. P is the problem, the key problem. Then what is the root cause and what is the solution we are. And then whatever validation you have done. What is validation? Hypothesis testing, regression, design of experimentation. These are validations which we have been doing. Okay. Now this is, see, the solutions. There are two ways of doing prioritization of the solution. One is this one, solution prioritization matrix. There is another matrix which is just this slide has been given, but this slide could have been removed from here. It's called effort benefit analysis. Okay, this is also one way of prioritizing the solutions. Then whatever selected solutions are there are listed, and they started to implement it. And this is called solution action plan. Once you finalize, these are the solutions I want to implement, then you make a plan of implementation where who will implement what. So every solution will be broken down into number of action plans, action items. Every action item will be given to one person, accountability will be given, and then the target timeline. Now some of the names have been removed because of the confidentiality. Okay, and then the status that will have to be updated. Once that is done, then again the process capability analysis is, so earlier was before improvement, this process capability is after improvement. So earlier was some 9 lakhs DPMO, defect per million. Now it is 12.44 defect per million opportunity. So a lot of improvement they have achieved basically. Okay, and this is the same process map. Okay, if you remember. So this was the original one. This part was the graph which we have seen earlier. The average was 4.77. If you see here, 4.77 was the average. Now this is during the project. This is the during project, and this is after implementation. If you see, let me write down here, 4.77 was the baseline. The target was, if you remember, it was 4.65, something like that. 4.66 or something like that. Okay. But actually, the team went ahead and achieved even bigger target, which is 4.54. Okay, that was amazing, display of performance. So they have exceeded the target set by the management. So 4.77 was the baseline, target was 4.65. The saving was around 1.4 crore rupees ka saving, 1.484, 1.44 ऐसा कुछ था. And finally they achieved 4.54, which is much greater than that. Okay, and this is also called as the control chart only. And so this is stage-wise control chart. This is called as stage-wise control charts, where the data you can break down into various stages like before, during, and after, and then it can be displayed like this, so people can see how step by step improvement has been achieved. Okay. Now once that is done, then this is a control phase, very important document called process management document, or process management document, you can say. In this, how do you control all the factors? Who will monitor those factors? What will be the frequency of monitoring? Everything. So those things basically are mentioned here. And once that is done, then this is the actual calculated saving. So if you remember, 1.4 6 crore rupees was the potential saving calculated earlier, but actually they have achieved almost double than that. They have achieved 2.8 crore saving. Yes? Just type wow in the chat box. This is, you can also achieve similar to this. Everybody. Isn't it amazing? Now tell me, if you can also save this much of money, what will be your confidence during your appraisal meeting with your boss? Yes? Mind blowing, isn't it? Now, what will be your market value if you go to the next interview and you showcase them, I saved 2.8 crore rupees through a project? There will be red carpet most probably to you. This is the power of this. You are making a huge impact. This is the value creation. See, a lot of people ask me the question that what should be my salary? How do I calculate my salary? Okay, my answer to that is how much value you can add to the organization. To be very honest with you, incremental salary increment is a very crude way of giving increments and deciding the packages of the individuals. Okay, let's say your earlier package was 6 lakh rupees, you will get 20% increment and you will go to 7 lakh rupees. This is really a crude way of doing this. If the person is having a capability of impacting crores of rupees, but again, the onus lies on us. How we can showcase ourselves. That is what is the most important aspect. Are you understanding? They would never come to know. Now, if you imagine a scenario, you have done this work, but you forgot to bring this presentation and show it to them during interview. What will happen? They would never come to know now. Okay, you should highlight this in your CV as well, that this much of saving we have done during the project. Okay, you can make, as I said, parallelly you can start documenting your project, showcase during the interview. And these things will get us. Then you can demand the salary. They will more than happy to, if you remember one exercise I suggest in the yellow belt. What is the exercise? Before going for the interview, let me just go to my whiteboard. Before going to the interview, okay, I think let me cover this couple of slides, I think. Yeah, the next slide is intangible benefit. What is intangible benefit? Intangible benefits are team building approach, improved responsibility and accountability. See, this is all project management, right? How are you managing and leading the team? So, Lean Six Sigma improves how many skill sets? Okay. Can you just list the skill sets? As a Lean Six Sigma project leader, how many skill sets you have to improve? Type in the chat box. Let's see this. Think about it. How many skill sets will have to improve to become a fantastic Six Sigma leader or a Lean Six Sigma project leader? Out of box thinking. Very good. Fantastic, Sanjay ji. Amazing. What else? Type in the chat box. Everybody, just give me one specific skill set. In the process itself, you will learn. What are those? Yes, out of box thinking ho gaya. Commercial negotiation. So calculation. See, let's say technical people don't know about finance, calculation, etc. So you have to learn about it, right? Quality tools you will understand. Very good. Then the problem, the DMAC framework itself is so powerful framework of problem solving. That is something which you will learn. What else? What else? Type in the chat box. Think about it. Yes, all the tools consider. So in the process of green belt and black belt, in the process of green belt, black, if you add master black belt as well, we are learning approximately 100 to 150 different tools. When I say tools, like project charter is a tool, fishbone is a tool, hypothesis testing is a tool, ANOVA is a tool, your RCA is a tool, control chart is a tool. So we learn 100 plus tools in this entire journey. Okay, fantastic. Then we have is, we see, a leadership, team building, communication, training skills, way of presentation. Do you feel I was what I'm communicating so fluently? I was right from the beginning of my career. I was like this. No, I was absolutely introvert. My communication was poor. Only the time I started implementing these training, coaching, consulting, and so then this has improved. All these skill sets will improve in you. Are you understanding? This is very, very important. Training skills also, communication, team building, listening skills. To engage all the people, you have to understand their pain. Change management skills, project management skills. All these things basically will improve, you as an individual. You will become a better individual if you drive this successfully. Okay. Critical thinking skills, absolutely right. Now, team building approach, improve responsibility and accountability. Now, because the method is so very nicely laid down, that each and every person is aware what are their roles and responsibilities. Okay. Then the thought process for analysis of problem has been changed. Instead of directly jumping to solution. How important is this? Yes or no? Now, our traditional thinking is wherever there is a problem, we directly jump there and find out the solution. Yes or no? Now here, I always during the training programs, I always ask the questions. Okay, whenever there is a challenge, okay, wherever there is a problem, don't jump into the solution. I just jokingly say this: go there and do anulom vilom. What is anulom vilom? It's a pranayama technique. It's a yoga technique to breathe deeper. Okay, that will calm your mind and thoughts. Exactly. Don't jump into the solution. First do anulom vilom. Relax yourself. Okay, understand the situation. Collect the data, information. Form a team. Analyze the info. Now, I am not saying when there is a fire already in the factory or office, you have to do all these things. Okay. I'm saying whenever we have a problem, a quality problem, a customer complaint or something like that, don't jump into the solution. Very important. Then clearly understanding each and every process. Now, you know what? There is there are tools we use like SIPOC, supplier input, process output, and customer. There are tools like we have process modeling or the process flow diagram, right? These tools basically help us, even though you are processing that process for last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Still, after doing these processes, following these steps, your understanding of the process goes so deeper. We have seen that happening. People realize that they were not even aware of this. They were assuming something, but after going through this entire DMAC methodology, their understanding has become so deeper. Striving for goal achievement has increased because there is a number, there is a target in front of them. So people see, when there is no target, you are going everywhere. But there is a target, your energy get focused, and then you're striving for that. Then process improvement, departmental barriers melted, very important. Generally, during our day-to-day processes, we work in the silos. Yes or no, everybody? My department is this department, your department is that department. How many times, tell me honestly, how many times we come on one platform to discuss cross-boundary, cross-departmental challenges? We hardly get any chances. This melts the barriers. We have a cross-functional team which is discussing this. So don't let this opportunity slip by to solve the problem. Okay, so these are all intangible benefits. See, what is intangible? Not visible immediately. Once you go on the process, once you go on the floor, you will not see the team building, meaning people will not be in the huddle all the time. That is not team building. But you will see a communication flowing. You will see a responsibility being taken. you will see accountability being taken. Are you understanding? So that is intangible. You cannot see this, but this is what is happening. Okay. Then grassroots level awareness also increase, and improvement in the scope of thinking. This is, so we can improve the process. Okay. This is the thinking in everybody. So these are intangible benefit, and tangible benefits are very, you can calculate the financial benefit, etc. So what are the key lessons learned? Identification of the problem based on the data and not on the basis of the judgment. Okay. Then improved interdepartmental relationship also can be improved. Data driven approach, they have learned. Presentation skills. During this, lot of people learn how to present. Are you understanding this? Okay, because during the project review meetings, the steering committee meetings, remember there are 5 members in the team, every team. So each and every member has to present. And whenever I lead these projects, I make each and everybody to present in front of people, so that their presentation skill improve, their confidence goes very high. Okay. Then involvement of the people. Accountability and involvement is very, very important, which improves scope of thinking, and the tools like cause and effect, FMEA, and effort benefit analysis, control chart, Minitab software. There are various tools we learn during this entire process as well, and our overall organization knowledge and wisdom goes very high. Okay. So I think this was it, and now I would like to share, the one which I wanted to share earlier. See, when you are going for the interview, no? You remember I do one exercise during yellow belt session. The exercise is, go to ChatGPT, make a note of this by the way, and give the command like find top 10 Lean Six Sigma projects. LSS meaning Lean Six Sigma, okay? In that specific industry. So this one exercise you should do. Now ChatGPT will give you top 10, general projects. Yes, how many of you remember this exercise we do in our Sunday session? Just type me in the chat box. Shall we just do this exercise? How many of you have not done this exercise? Let's do this exercise once again, okay? Let's do this exercise. Okay, let me open ChatGPT. Aap bhi open karo. Let's do this exercise. This is very important exercise. This can grow your chances of success in your projects, in your interviews. Okay, here we go. Let me share my. चलो ओपन करो, सब लोग ओपन करो, एक बार एक्सरसाइज कर लेते हैं ये. Let's say you are in okay, just started typing this. Okay, imagine you are in a BPO company. Yes, MNC companies also we found out, but this is very interesting exercise. Before you go for the interview, do this exercise. Go to ChatGPT. Imagine you are in a BPO company, okay, and you are in HR. So what? Find top 10 Lean Six Sigma project in BPO industry, HR function. So you have to do it for your industry and your function. Let's see what ChatGPT has to say about a BPO industry HR function, top 10 projects. Why this is so important? Let me tell you. Let me first ChatGPT give me the answer. Everybody do this exercise. Put your own. Okay, there is some lost in the connection. I think because this is live streaming, there is a load on the internet connectivity. But you do this exercise, by the way. Okay, let me try once again. Everybody just do this exercise, and you can just it is just network is being established. If you got the answer, just put it in the chat. So the prompt is very simple. Find top 10 Lean Six Sigma projects in your industry, or whichever industry you want to go for the interview. All right. Can you just do this exercise quickly? I think because of the bandwidth, it is not taking the network connectivity. It's not able to. You got it, everybody? Can you just put your answer in the chat quickly? Let me see some of your answers. And then, very good. Look at this. Cycle time reduction. Okay. So what is your industry? It is banking. Very good. Thank you very much, Santoshji. So loan processing turnaround time, improve customer onboarding experience, reduction of error in accounting. Can you see here? Everybody, can you just do this exactly same exercise what he has done? Employee attrition. Very good. Superb, superb. So here we have a lot of people putting there. So retail industry. Very good. So in retail, this is superb. All right. So when you do this exercise, you have top 10 projects list. So these are the topmost pain areas of the industry. So when you go to the companies for the interview, you can tell them that I can solve these challenges of your company by using Lean Six Sigma because I'm certified Lean Six Sigma green belt or a black belt person. And then you showcase them the projects. Let me show you a couple of projects which I have done earlier in my company, which has got these many lakhs rupees of savings. Are you understanding how you can basically dominate the technical round or the Lean Six Sigma round of interview? Are you understanding? So do these exercises. Find out top 10 projects. Take a printout. You don't have to remember. Take a printout or take the document of this and connect it to a projector. Tell them that I need a projector. I want to present something. And that's a chance where you can present them your presentation skill and training skills as well. That's a fantastic opportunity for you. Clear, everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Are you getting some value out of the discussion? You can do this for your appraisal meeting as well. The same exercise. Okay, take this list and tell to your boss that, okay, I have already done 3 projects and these are next 7 projects in the pipeline for me. Okay, I will take another 3 projects for this year and then another 3 projects for the next year. Okay, you can do exactly the same thing while interview and exactly the same thing for your appraisal meeting with your boss. Okay, and that's where you will go to the fast track growth path as well. See, understand this. A lot of people, to be very honest with you, what I have seen, no, they're doing a lot of hard work, but they are not able to present it effectively. How many of you are with me? Just type me in the chat box. Or how many of you are like that? Just type me in the chat box. You do a lot of hard work, but when it comes to presenting that to the right people at the right time, we falter there. And why this happens? Because of the poor preparation. Right? So follow this methodology. Whatever you are doing, as I said earlier, see, understand this. If the management is not allowing you to do the project, yes, so you have a roadblock, right? So I always suggest this: don't wait for the project to happen. Can you do a cause and effect diagram for your problem solving, day-to-day problem solving? Yes or no? Can you do root cause analysis? Just give me yes. Can you do a Pareto analysis? You have a problem, you have customer complaint, do a Pareto of customer complaints. Do a Pareto of downtime of the machines. Do a Pareto of quality defects which are coming regularly. Who is stopping you to do that? And the moment you do that, document it in your personal folder. And that you have to showcase. So it is all about how you are presenting yourself. I have seen salary is nothing. You have to demand, but before you demand, your command in your subject has to be presented in effective way. Yes? Will you try this in the next interview round or during your increment discussion with your bosses? Just give me yes. then only it will make sense. Okay, इतना चिल्ला के गला फाड़ के मैं बता रहा हूँ, लेकिन आपको उसको practice करना है. And it's very simple. It's very simple. What is the difference between the person who performs amazing in the interviews and discussions and the person who does not perform? Is the preparation. Practice. That's it. You just have to practice, practice, practice. What practice you have to do? Introduction of yourself. Practice. You have seen my my yellow belt introduction, right? So I have a slide. You make a PowerPoint presentation of your own self. Make a slide and put your all achievements and give that presentation in 2 minutes. That's so impressive. Are you understanding this? Yes. Then your projects, whatever you have done, make a PowerPoint presentation and give that PowerPoint presentation while interview. It is so impressive. It shows so command, to the people who are interviewing. Yes. Try this methodology. This works. Okay. These are all proven, tried and tested methodology. The same thing happens in the interviews as well as same thing happens during the projects as well. When we take the projects, basically negotiation, presentation, the same technology, same methods we follow. We prepare, we make a presentation, okay, and we make an effective presentation in front of the audience, and that's what lands us the business. Clear, everybody? Just give me a yes in the chat box. Okay, so there are a lot of case studies in our green belt, black belt. I think black belt we have a lot of case studies. Okay, so you can follow this. Once you understand this, the flow, once you see 3 to 4 case studies, that will give you confidence. There are 2 confidences you will get. One is you can solve any problem of any industry because I have given you the domain and DMAC model. And second is, if you master the flow of DMAC, the tools, see, you don't have to master 100 tools. Okay, let me share with you another secret. I think most of you must be aware of this secret. In the green belt itself, I have revealed the secret in the very initial phase only. Let me share that. Let me share my screen quickly. This is a very important point. Just remember this. Okay, I'm sharing my green belt course number 1. In the first session itself, can you see there is a small topic here? Almost a 1 hour session has been taken on this. The topic's name is green belt topics to master, focus and master. If you master these many topics, hardly there are 15 to 20 topics, that's it. When I say topics, meaning tools. Okay, Pareto analysis is one tool. Charter, product charter is another tool. Cause and effect is another tool. You master these 20 tools and you can master this framework. The same tools you have to again and again use. In the cricket match, the straight drive and cover drive, these are basic tools which they use. Okay, that's it. Once they master these 7, 8, 10 types of, the shots, the cricketing shots, you can become a fantastic player. The same happens with green belt or Lean Six Sigma. Master these most, see 80-20 happens here as well, right? If there are 100 total tools, 20 tools will be getting applied 80% of the times. So you master those 20 tools and that's it, done. You will not get, what you can say, non-normal distribution very regularly. You will not get design of experimentation very regularly. You will not get very advanced tools very regularly. Okay. So that's the secret of it. Clear, everybody? Just give me yes in the chat box. Awareness and master of grammar. Exactly. So this 4th number of session, in the beginning itself, if you can check, your confidence will go multifold. Clear? Superb. I think it's already 8:36. So we'll stop here. All right. And just go through the recording. All the new members, the recording will be in the masterclass archive. And in case of any question, any doubt in between as well. See, in the live session also you can ask the doubt, as a lot of people were asking the doubt. Okay. And in between, you have any doubt, you can anytime connect on this WhatsApp number. This is a WhatsApp number. you send a message on this WhatsApp, and our mentors will give you the answer in the WhatsApp format. Okay. So I think that's it from my side. Thank you very much for joining in this high number, and I wish you all the best, especially all the new members. And we'll connect again on the new topics. I'll be traveling now to one of the consulting assignments I'll be doing. So we'll have the live session on Saturday. Okay, if possible from there, from the client's place, or if I come back, then we'll have from our office. Okay. Thank you very much for your time, and keep learning, keep growing. This is Dinesh Patel signing off. Bye bye.